About 10 to 12 years ago, a group of parents read a book called Half the Sky. The Gordon parents started a chapter called Room to Read, and when they first met, they realized that they wanted to get their children involved because that was how long-lasting change would happen, through kids.
And so we started Gordon Goes Global in the schools to really support an organization called Room to Read. And Room to Read was working in different countries in the world, actually building libraries and building schools and supporting boys and girls.
This is how Gordon Goes Global was born. Speakers came to school and taught kids about global literacy. The kids stayed after school and decided that they wanted to build a library for children in another country. They chose Bangladesh. They held a spaghetti dinner and made and sold bracelets and bookmarks and book swaps and had a garage sale and a bunch of other things to raise money. That first year, the group made so much money that they built not one, but 2 libraries in Bangladesh. The kids were excited by their success. They kept going. More speakers, more projects. They built more libraries in more countries, Vietnam, South Africa, Cambodia. While they were doing so, they didn't forget about the kids here in Marshall. Gordon Goes Global built libraries at home to teach kids about the world. These global libraries are now in almost every school. Kids can learn about people and cultures that are different than ours. Gordon Goes Global sent a group to Vietnam to see one of the libraries that we built and report back to our kids.
And we got to meet the kids that we were helping. Was one of the most life-changing things for me as well, because we got to see them in their villages and where they lived, and some of them just lived in one little room in a little hut, but it was so important for them to have an education and to learn and to be able to go other places. And so in that little way that started here, just with our class, just like you guys are doing, we were able to do all this outreach and affect these people that are all the way over across the world. And then sometimes when you live in small towns and you're not getting out and seeing a lot of these other places, it's really important to learn about them, right?
Then we heard about Dr. Jane Goodall's work with Roots and Shoots. They recruited us, and we changed our name and joined Dr. Jane's organization. We were invited to a convention in Chicago, and our chapter of Roots and Shoots sent about 75 people. We spoke about our work to save monarch butterflies and our work to help immigrant families when they first came to South Central Michigan.
I was at Jane Goodall's meeting. It was one of the highlights of my life. She was always one of my heroes, and we were able to go and see her in Chicago, which was one of the coolest things in the whole world. And we got to take all the kids and parents. And there were people from National Geographic there. All of the kids got so much out of it. All of us adults got so much out of it.
Dr. Goodall seemed to love our kids. Rather than sit in her seat on stage, she chose to sit in the audience between our students. She even took notes while our kids spoke. She chose the remarks to play, word for word, on her website. The photo of some of our members with Dr. Jane became somewhat iconic. It has been shown on Good Morning America. When Prince Harry started a chapter of Roots and Shoots, Dr. Goodall showed a photo of herself surrounded by the Marshall kids. That same photo has been on NBC, CBS, and ABC. It has been all over the internet. In fact, when Mattel introduced the new sustainable Jane Goodall Barbie doll, they advertised by showing the photo of Dr. Jane and the Gordon kids. When COVID hit, the group became dormant. After COVID, we have rebounded. We now have about 40 active members. This year alone, we have worked to save the monarch butterfly, collected food for our area food pantry, supported a group of exchange students who went to Japan from Marshall, helped animals in shelters and rescue centers, and are currently working to create bee hotels and learn about the importance of pollinators in our world.
And so just being able to raise monarch butterflies, we're helping that population grow, right? So that's the world when you hear about all these big things that are happening that feel really overwhelming sometimes. If you can start, which they call grassroots level in your own community, and you, just like you guys are doing with a small group of people, can really make some really big changes.
Talk about the chaos. Cal, what did we do last night? It was like 30 feet long.
You cut bamboo
from the neighbors. It was monstrous mess. And we had 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We had 7 adults. We had power tools. It was crazy, wasn't
Did
it?
you guys
Yeah.
do these with drills?
Yes.
Kids were hitting other kids with bamboo sticks.